traffic congestion. So everything will be done. I've showed you earlier about our role in the project and also Prasanna's role, but there will be many other players involved. One is the funding role. This will be set up by the Ministry of Finance, and its job is solely to raise the funding required for this project. We will be engaging with value management experts along the way to make sure that we deliver the most value for the project. We spend the least amount of public money as possible and get the best product. There will also be independent checking engineers, ICE, to make sure that projects are delivered based on what was specified. But I'm sure you've heard about controversies surrounding how we've come up with this term project delivery partner, the MMC Gamuda role. Like I was trying to tell you earlier, we do things differently. This is one example. Traditionally, it would have gone either one of two ways. One, either based on a turnkey project where it will be ordered to one party and they will support the whole thing, or it will be done with the help of project management consultants, PMC. But we look at how other people do it. Next. We compared how major infrastructure projects are done. For example, Crossrail in London, the Olympic Stadium, the New Doha International Airport, as well as Korean high-speed rail. What they have done successfully is to use big-time contractors to be their project managers. We have also learned that these project managers would need to be incentivized to deliver their project based on or earlier than planned or less than budgeted. But if they don't have skin in the game, they wouldn't care. They just want to make their fees. This is how we came up with the project delivery partner concept. It means that we needed a professional, big-time construction company who knows how to manage projects and put their skin in the game. Meaning, if they deliver based on cost and time targets, they will be given bonuses, and if they fail, they will pay a penalty. So this is what we mean by project delivery partner, or PDP. And they were selected, MMC Gamuda joint venture was selected, mainly on their strength in terms of financial, as well as their track record in terms of rail development and tunneling. So in terms of where we are in the project, we are on line number 7. We are about to present for final approval, and then off to groundbreaking ceremony, or actually the launching ceremony on July 8th. So I invite all of you to come. It will be at KL Convention Center. Like I said, we do things differently. So this will be an exciting event. I can't tell you more than that. Next. As soon as that gets off the ground, we will reveal our urban rail development plan, and we will show the other 2 lines, the 2 alignments, and get cracking on those as well. another interesting aspect that I wanted to share with you, because in the past, the government tended to just have a very narrow view of doing projects. So they just ask, how much does it cost? Okay, I can afford that, I just pay. They don't think about other things such as, will this project create opportunities that I can somehow capitalize on and use that money to fund the project. So for this project, like I said, we're doing things differently. So we are focusing on what we call rail plus property concept. We got this from Hong Kong. The way MTR Corporation does things in Hong Kong, they are given a certain amount based on their projection of what they can get from operations, and they will tell the government how much it will cost to develop this line, and in order to make up for the shortfall, there are plots of land that I will develop, and I will use the upside from that development to pay for the land. So in a nutshell, we are going to copy that. Because we know, go back one side. In Hong Kong, what they have proven is that if you compare property appreciation, apples to apples, without MRT facilities compared to with MRT facilities, there's about between 5 to 38% difference when you have MRT facilities nearby. What we don't see that very much here with LRT because these lines are not very much interconnected. We don't have a network, but once the network in place, you learn about network externalities. This will create tremendous value because people really don't have to drive. They can jump from one line to the next line and get where they want to be. And the lines will become a huge network of magnets to attract population centers, economic activities, and as a result, it will contribute towards appreciation for land around the stations. So we are looking at using some of that to offset the cost of the infrastructure. For example, Canary Wharf in London. In the 80s, it was almost like an abandoned wasteland. When Docklands Rail started coming in, you started to see minor development, and then Jubilee Line came in, you see more, and then Crossrail came in. It will create a fantastic new central business district. This is what we are trying to do. Another example is Kowloon Station in Hong Kong. This development sits the tallest building in Hong Kong, ICC. It also created a brand new central business district. It also housed the Elements, the highest upscale mall in Hong Kong, about 1 million plus square feet of commercial space. This is what we're trying to do with MRT. And we are starting to see the result even before groundbreaking. Report by Huang DBS, we can easily see 100 to 500% increases, and we will benefit major property players. But what we're asking ourselves is that, why shouldn't it go to the government? We created the value, why not use it to pay for the project? So in a sense, this is how we are trying to capitalize on the opportunities that we bring and use it to offset against the cost so that we don't use so much of public money. So that's what we can do. This is just areas around the station, about 500 meters that we're focusing on. Okay, so and this is a bit embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, please.
You may use the mic.
Okay.
That's not working.
Okay. Should be this way, right? Yeah. Should be.
Good evening. Assalamualaikum. I am Mohd Nur Ismal. Some of you may know me already. That was a very impressive presentation. My first question was actually about money, but after you explain how you generate the funds, I'm not going to ask you about money. But I'm going to ask you, eventually who's going to own the system? Can I ask you the whole question and answer all of it? You want one by one?
I have to take out my pen.
Okay, so there are many people, so what I'm going to say may have been considered by your organization. If that is so, just tell us off. If not,
I won't tell you off, but this is what it's all about, right? This is about sharing.
okay. There are many people who write to the press about what they want, what they don't want about the MRT. You know, one of them will vote, I don't know, 3 times I think, for MRT. The question is, what happens to all these letters that contains suggestion, proposal, criticism, and so on? That's one. Number 2, do you study some of the country's failures when they implement the MRT system? Okay, I can give you some examples. We are very familiar with Singapore. They had some failures, like one minister was actually sacked for that failure. What he did was, he thought that people will all drive to one parking area and leave their car there, then go to the station nearest and take the MRT and go to wherever they want to go. But that was very unpopular. Of course, he built about 5 or 6 parking areas. All were underused. Eventually he was sacked because the use of land was not worthwhile. Okay, that's one I can point out. I'm not sure about the others, but maybe I have done the study about the failures. The next thing is, you talk about integration from the MRT to the feeder buses, taxis and so on. I did write to the papers about using a common cash card. When you use on the MRT, the same cash card you can use on the buses and the taxis. So there's no need for you to use cash anymore. One more. She wants to stop me. Okay, I'll stop there. Thank you very much.